welcome to the show every day. I don't know every day. I'm only on Tuesdays and Fridays, but I have Solar Sandy that just walked in just in time for her segment. But I was going to say it's election day today and a very important day. So I hope everybody out there did either vote already or is planning on doing it before the closing of the polls. So please, everybody, it's important for you to go out and vote. So who do I have with me right now? I have with me Solar Sandy, who has been on my show now over 2 years now.
Yes.
And I am so excited about having you on because you said it's election day, Carol. You're so excited about it. Tell everybody a little bit about you, what you do, and why you're so excited today.
So, Carol, since I've met you, I've been on a mission to help people save money on a bill that they're already spending way too much money on. And, it's a little over 5 years now that my daughter called me and said, Mom, I need help with my power bill. And I myself was on a fixed income. I'd had an accident, and so I was on a fixed income, and when I saw what her power bill was, I was like, I couldn't help her pay her power bill. Like most people, I didn't know anything about solar, didn't know how it worked, didn't know how much it cost, I didn't know anything. So I rolled up my sleeves because I knew that Chelsea was going to continue to have a power bill that was going to continue to go up year after year, and she was going to continue to need power.
And need help, Mom.
Yeah, and I couldn't help her. So, I started online looking at lower electric bills, and LED lights came up. No, that wasn't going to save her enough money. Super cooling. No, that wasn't going to work either. And so then I came across solar and producing your own power on your own roof and paying less for it. And it kind of made sense. I didn't know much about it, but it started to make sense to me. So back then I didn't do this, and so called a couple of people out, and they just seemed intent about selling her solar panels, and I said, slow down. I went back to my nursing skill set when I had to go in and when I gave medication to my patients, and I had to double check the dosage of medicine that I was giving to a patient. Back then, we didn't have smartphones.
No, but I'm so glad you did that because you never know what you could have done to somebody.
Because if we gave the wrong dosage, the doctor wasn't liable. We were as the nurses. So we had to figure out their height, weight, and their body mass to make sure that we were giving the right dosage of medication. So I used my math skill set, and I created this formula for my daughter on how much power she used over the last 12 months and how much power she would still buy from the power company, because at nighttime when the sun would go down, the panels wouldn't produce any power. So she still had to buy a little bit of power from the electric company. And what was the ideal rate plan for her to be to be on in order to have the maximum savings and benefits to producing her own power? So I sat down and I created what I called a kilowatt worksheet at the kitchen table on a yellow pad of paper. And I went over those numbers backwards and forwards. I probably did it a dozen or more times just to make sure. And so the first two fellas, they were like, oh, no, that's not what you do. And so I disqualified them from the process. And the third fellow said, I've never done it this way. And I said, well, you probably haven't because you're not a mom and a grandma, that if this doesn't work, you can't afford to pay your daughter's power bill. And he kind of shut up after that. And I said, so that's what the boots I'm in right now.
You don't know Solar Sandy yet, everybody, but I understand.
So I, when I commit to something being right, I really commit to it. And so, this is my daughter's home and where my grandchildren live. And, I needed to make darn good and sure that this was going to work for her. And I couldn't afford to help her pay her power bill if it didn't. So we got moving forward and got it installed and hooked up and working and everything. And lo and behold, the numbers and the things that I had projected in my formula worked just great. Actually, they worked better than what I had actually predicted. So my daughter said, Mom, she goes, you explained this better than any of those three people did. And I did. I kept it real kitchen table basis because I needed to do that myself. I needed to understand it, and I wanted my daughter to understand it. The reason we don't do things, sometimes we could have the greatest thing since sliced bread put in front of us, but if we don't understand it, we don't understand it, and we're not going to do it. So, this year we've all seen our power bills go up dramatically, but you hear these awful solar stories of people that have gone solar and still have a power bill, or they're not saving any money. My daughter almost ended up being one of those stories, and that's why I got involved in doing this, Carol. It's become my mission and my passion to help as many families, just like my daughter, save as much money as they can off their power costs, and help them put more of their hard-earned money back in their pocket versus the power companies. And I've been doing this now for almost 4 years. And it never was about just putting solar panels on somebody's roof. But if you do not put the right amount of solar panels producing the right number of kilowatts combined with the right amount of power on the right rate plan from whichever power company, APS or SRP, you can end up not in the best circumstances. And so I have really taken a lot of time to learn the rate plans backward and forward, and I know APS and SRP like the back of my hand, and it's now second nature to me. And when I go and sit down with my families, I can explain to them, this is how much power you use, this is how much power you'll be still using at nighttime, and this will be the rate plan that you're on. And APS, Carol, I brought those bills to you a week ago. I've got even more now, but I'm so
They're
proud.
negative, you guys.
I'm so proud.
But they're not just negative $5 or $40 or $30 or $120 or even some of them $700.
Tell them.
There are a lot. Okay, I will. So let's have fun. So one of them, this one right here, is negative $394.
So let's talk about this.
Oh.
So just for, and then you can read all the other ones too. Okay. So what that means is, for my families, the formula that I've created in this rate plan in APS is there's in order to have these negative bills, and they don't owe anything to APS, and they still have a credit that carries
that's a
forward.
credit. It's not just negative, it's a credit.
It's a credit. It's a monetary credit. You're selling your extra power back. The way that I design my family system is to produce all the power they need during the day and produce enough for their nighttime power and a little bit extra, because I want my families a smidge more, because I want my families to live a little more comfortably. Our summers seem to be getting hotter and longer every year. So the whole reason to do this, there's two reasons. A, yes, the savings is absolutely no ifs, ands, or buts, but you want to live comfortably in your own home. You've worked hard to live in your home. When you should be living comfortably, not having the power company. So this means that they have no bill this month, and they have a
negative $394.18 credit towards the next month.
Right.
Which, when you look at all of this one here is $508.34. That's a credit that you get towards your next month bill. Mm-hmm. Then we have another one here that is, no, this is lower. I'm going to find another one. $412.33. I saw one that was almost a $900 or $1,000 one over here.
It keeps on carrying forward. So what happens at the end of the year for these families with these negatives, and these are the hottest months out of the year, Carol. So number one, next year, these families will not owe APS anything. Their bills will be paid. Their panels are producing their power, all the power that they need for their own home, for day and nighttime consumption, and they will have negative bills, and they will have credit this year and next year, December, and the December after that. They'll be getting checks from APS.
And they know exactly what they're paying for the next 20 years or more. Yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We got to go to a break. You had a long story today.
I know.
But you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk further. Solar Sandy is your advocate. She's here to help you save money on a bill that you are paying way too much money for. Go on her website. It's AskSolarSandy.com and fill out the kilowatt worksheet. She also loves to hear from everybody. The number is 623-850-8229, or go to AskSolarSandy.com.
Hi, Solar Sandy here. Currently, you're buying expensive power from your power company, paying fees, taxes, and all kinds of charges for your electricity. I want you to save money on a bill you're already spending too much on, and it's going to keep going up. To get saving with solar, fill out my kilowatt worksheet, and then I come to your house to show you how many panels you need and how much PYOP, producing your own power, will save you. No more high electric bills. It's really quite simple. Now, you produce your own power and pay less for it. Go to my website, AskSolarSandy.com. That's AskSolarSandy.com.
Hi, my name is Larry Helwig with Clear Skin Institute. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have flawless skin and an absolutely beautiful body? Well, that's what we do, and we've been doing it for 22 years, and we also teach it. Contact us now at 602-274-8254, and we are at www.clearskininstitute.com. Clear Skin Institute, for that incredible look you've always wanted.
And now, a Networking Arizona moment with Carol Blonder.
Here with me is Peter Arona, owner of ABCDMedicare.com. Hey, Peter, I understand that Medicare is in the air.
Yeah, Medicare is in the air, and it'll stay there until December 7th. I do free Medicare plan reviews, so people can call me, and I can show them how much money I can save them for next year's plan.
You know what makes Peter great? He's Arizona's senior advocate, and he works for you. He's also contracted with all the major carriers. So give him a call. His phone number is 602-770-9062.
Not only am I a free service for everyone, you also receive a free car wash when you call me from Jackson's Car Wash, Valley-wide. So give me a call for your free review and your free car wash at 602-770-9062. Again, that's 602-770-9062. Or visit my website at abcdmedicare.com.
Are you tired of shooting paper? You do realize that you will never get into a gunfight against a paper target. Reality-based training is the next level, and Marauders Tactical Training can help you get there. We conduct live fire and non-lethal training force on force at 3 different locations around the Phoenix area. Marauders.us is where you can get more information or contact us at 602-326-9849. That's 602-326-9849.
Hi, I'm Steve Walsh, president of Scout Mortgage, and I'm here to tell you, don't listen to the banks. You don't have to pay thousands of dollars to get a mortgage. Let the lender pay your closing costs, and you will still get a really low rate. At Scout Mortgage, we will even pay your upfront appraisal fee. So visit us at scoutmortgage.com or call us at 480-607-7906.
Scout Mortgage, NMLS 56553.
Scoutmortgage.com.
If I traded it all, if I gave it.
So welcome back. We are talking with Solar Sandy, and she has been on a mission since I met her, and she's here to work for you. And that's what she does. She does all the work so that you can understand exactly how to read your bill. How many peoples, we've said this, how many peoples know how to read their people's bills? And you know, this funny thing you asked that. Very few people know how to read their bills, but Carol, we're going to start cracking up in a minute.
I do that a
But
lot.
think of this. This is our power bill, and no matter if it's Greek or Chinese to you, you know, no matter how high it goes, you're going to pay it. When it's
we don't even look at it.
When it's 115 degrees out, and you know, it's a lot of people have it set up on auto pay. It just goes out of their account, and a lot of people this year. I want to forewarn you, if you're on budget billing, May 1st was the rollout of the new rate plans, and they have been absolutely ridiculously expensive this year. They're selling us, they're renting us power. We don't own their power. They're just letting us use it, and they charge us a whole lot for it. Differently than they did last year. The noon to 7 plan is now the 3 to 8 plan. And there's 4 major plans, and depending on which rate plan you went on, you could have seen your bill double, if not more, depending on which rate plan you went on. If you happen to be on budget billing, this is very important. The way that they establish budget billing is they look at your 12-month average of your amounts, not your kilowatts, of your amounts, and they divide it by 12, and they usually bump it up by $20. It's always in their favor, positive in their favor. This year, they don't have 12 months from May 1st of 2018 to May 1st of 2019. So you could be paying under an under amount of the 12-month average. You could very well be like some people I've already had phone calls from, that you could be getting what's called a settle up bill right at the end of December. Instead of getting a check from APS like many of my families are, you will be getting a bill It's called a settle-up amount because you have not paid enough in your monthly amount to match what your 12 months average would be. So if you don't pay, and sometimes it's $500, sometimes it's $800, I've seen it over $1,200 before. If you don't pay that settle-up amount when it's billed and due, you get kicked off budget billing, and you have to pay that amount or your power gets turned off. So I say this to everybody. We know we need power, just like our homes, our cars. Why did we buy a home? Because we know we need it and we're going to use it every single day. So we found a house that we knew we could afford in the neighborhood we wanted, so we could afford the mortgage. And we knew that mortgage wasn't going up. Same thing with our car. We found the car we wanted. We buy our car. We usually make a car payment of what we can afford. Our power should be no different. Our power costs are the second highest expense that we'll have in a lifetime, second to our mortgage. An average household, Carol, today in APS and SRP, using just an average amount of electricity, will use between $80,000 and $100,000 worth of power over the next 20 years. So this is going to be your second expense, second biggest expense, second to your mortgage. Why will you leave that in the hands of the power company to dictate to you what you can afford?
Well,
and how affordably you can, or comfortably you can live in your own home?
I have said this a million times while you're on the air with me. If you've heard Solar Sandy and you haven't called her, call her. Because you need to call her and let her talk to you. It's a free consultation, no obligation to you, and she will tell you how much money that you can save. Then it's up to you. Whatever you decide, It's up to you. But what you really should do, and I implore everybody to just go ahead and go up on her website and make sure you go to AskSolarSandy.com. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Go up on that website, fill out the kilowatt worksheet, and then that's the easiest thing. You'll know pretty fast, so she can get that back to you. But calling her too, so that she can talk to you. Each person has a different situation, and so you need to talk to her. Her phone number direct, it's 623-850-8229. If you have never heard Solar Sandy, call her and let her show you how she can save you money on a bill that you're already paying way too much money on. She also is doing a $250 solar savings. This is a great time because a lot of people need the money to use for gifts and things like that.
Absolutely.
So tell them about your solar savings incentive.
It's my way to thank my families for working with me. It's the way that, a lot of them use it to pay off their last high electric bill with the power company. You can use it for whatever you want. It's my way of just saying thank you. And after that, my APS families are going to be, they won't have a bill with they're going to get a statement, but a negative amount, and they're going to have...
She has at least 7 of them right here in front of me.
They're all up on my website, folks, and I can help people at SRP too, and I just want to point out why this is so good to participate and see what you qualify if you're an APS and participate in this buyback program before they take it away, because SRP, they didn't completely take it away, but they made it so non-advantageous for the SRP customers to sell power back to them. But I still have many, many families that I help in SRP because they're producing their own power for between 7.5 and 8.5 cents per kilowatt, and they've locked in their cost for their power versus SRP in the summertime, May, June, July, and August. Their on-peak power goes up to between 36 and 38 cents per kilowatt. So now you're paying between 7.5 and 8.5 cents per kilowatt, and you've locked your kilowatt rate in for the next 25, 30 years.
Well, there's also a lot of other reasons, especially now that it's coming to the end of the year.
You get a tax.
I know. That's why I know
You're
I'm so good. So there is a lot of good reasons for you to be doing this for other purposes. Go ahead.
So there's a federal tax credit. A lot of people don't even understand that they're entitled to when they go solar. This tax credit is an actual check to them, and they'll get that back as early as April 15th of 2019, and it's usually well over $10,000 and $1,000 back from the state. This is for producing your own power and paying less for it. You're getting a tax credit. You're never going to get so much as a thank you card from APS or SRP, and you're not going to get a rebate from them. So take advantage of this. This is a very, very big deal. 2019 2019, the tax credit is going to go from 30% down to 26%. In 2020, it's going to go down to 22%. So take advantage of this now. These benefits will slowly disappear. And I'm telling you, there's no better time to go solar right now. Cost of power is high, and solar is going to lower your cost of your power so you can put more of your hard-earned money back in your pocket.
Tell them what they have to do in order to do it. I mean, as they talk to you, once they decide, yes, what does it take for them out of pocket and all of that?
First of all, there's no money out of pocket. You own your own home. You have good credit. Just like when you went and bought your house, you weren't expected to write a check for your house. You have good credit. You moved into your house and you pay monthly. This will be your new power bill, and you're going to get money back at the end of the year to subsidize that power bill. So if your payment was $200 and you're getting $1,200 back a year, you're now paying about $100 a month for your power.
Well, by the end of the year, you're going to get a nice check, from
the tax man. You're going to get a federal tax credit, which is in form of a check, and the state tax credit in the form of a check. So there's many, many reasons to do this before the end of the year. December happens to be one of our highest electric months because we're doing Christmas lights and, cooking and holiday time. And last year, I still had my AC on for a couple of days in December as well. So again, we've got these bills. We know that we always will have an electric bill. It doesn't matter how much they're going to increase. We're going to pay them. So we're going to have to cut back somewhere else or live uncomfortably in our own home. And that to me is unconscionable. You've worked hard to live comfortably and affordably in your home. And this is the way you do it. Produce your own power, pay less for it, and put more of your hard-earned money back in your own pocket.
Well, this is for everyone that's listening out there. She's on every radio show. She's on this show all over the place. Not quite everyone, but
television.
She was on my show for a while there, my TV show. And now we're also live on Facebook. That I'll be sharing this afterwards so that everybody can, hear you and watch you for later on too. Again, I implore people, because it's very, very important for people to. This is what I love about my show, and I say it every single time. It's information. That is all this stuff is just information for you guys out there.
Absolutely.
Write it down. If it's not for you, then tell somebody about it. That's what networking is all about.
Absolutely.
This is the thing, is that when you hear all these websites and you hear, yes, Solar Sandy's been on here a lot, but there's a good reason for it.
You have a power bill every single month, and every year it goes up. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, whether it's a published increase or a non-published increase. We've seen increases on our power bill every single year. They add a new fee. They add a new tax that we don't even know what it is. But that's the cost that we pay for utilizing their power source. You have your own power source on your roof. You're no money out of pocket. You're producing your own power. And guess what? Most of those fees and taxes go away. APS, you're not going to be paying it. Your panels are going to pay your power bill and pay for your panels as well. So there's really no good reason not to do this now, unless you just want to wait until the bill goes up even more.
Well, I tell you, everybody should just check her out on her website. Fill out the kilowatt worksheet. It's AskSolarSandy.com. Remember, AskSolarSandy.com. You can call her direct. Her phone number is 623-850-8229. The time to do it is now. She's going to give you a $250 solar savings as incentive as well.
Solar saving incentive.
I got it. And then 623-850-8229.